Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special video showcase we're going to be once again returning to the Marvel UK Transformers comic. What we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick flick through from cover to cover. I'll stop and point out anything that looks quite interesting, and then what we'll do after that is we'll go back to the beginning and I'll go nice and slowly with the camera over all the actual artwork and the dialogue, giving you the opportunity to read it for yourself. Now you might need to use the pause button, but otherwise you should be able to see it all without me having to zoom in. So where we are now, I've obviously unfortunately got a tiny rip here. We're up to issue, I think this is, oh there you are, number 24. It was still fortnightly and it was only 27 pence at the time. Now for those of you jumping on board at issue 24, again this is the UK comic, so the first 8 were the first 4 issues of the American comic. Then the European writers, the UK writers, had the chance to put a couple of their own stories on. And then we've now jumped back to the American comics as well. So you'll notice that the artwork is all American. And of course, it's just in a totally different number to what it was released in the States. So there is the contents. And what you will notice with the UK comic is they've got lots of other, I suppose, comic strips in it as well. So you've got Chrome Bots there. You'll also notice that it's black and white. But I do have I've got a special book over there, so you'll be able to read it all in full colour, so nothing to worry about there. We've got some classified ads there, so a toy shops, I would presume it's advertising there. And then again, so this is the actual comic strip itself, and as I say, it's in black and white, but must have been still cost effective back there, cost cutting rather, but I'll go over it nice and slow with the other book I've got. The good thing about the introduction of the American stories again is there's a lot more dialogue and there's a lot more actual Transformers comic story. In the first few earlier UK issues they were very guilty of literally sometimes having only 6 pages of the comic, but you'll still notice that this is, if you are an American viewer, that's just half of what your comic was. They split the American comics into 2 just to spread them out, drag it along basically. Okay, we've got a nice competition here that they're going to be running soon, and it's basically just asking you to match the Dinobots up with what the dinosaurs are. The interesting thing is though the Swoop, and of course he was never ever released in the UK. And the other thing as well is this is for a shop known as Salters, and I have never ever seen or have any recollection of a Salters shop from where I live in little old sleepy Telford. So there might have been a more, as I say, bigger shop elsewhere around the country. We've now got Planet Terry. Again, more comic strips, and then you're going to see in a second, because this was a Marvel comic, we've now got a Stan Lee strip as well. This is Machine Man, and this is obviously just one of the characters who wasn't super big like any of the Avengers, to take away the attention obviously of the Transformers, because it's a Transformers comic. We've got a advert for next week, we've got a Matt and the Cat, I suppose a bit of a jokey comic strip. We've got Soundwave's letters, so where people can send in their pictures like so. We've got a crossword, stock exchange, let's see what people want to do. Megatron swap for Grimlock and Skywarp, wow. Sideswipe swap for Soundwave and Buzzsaw with all weapons. I don't think people would do that in this day and age. We've got another little comic strip there. We've got some more of Machine Man, and then before we get to the comic strip, we've got an advert here for some Lumabots, so some glow-in-the-dark stickers. Very basic pictures of the actual toys, but there you go, 6 Lumabots, 149 and 3 robot points. So there you go, these must have been official from Hasbro things that you could send off. I don't remember seeing them either, but there we go. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the actual comic strip. It's in this newer book I've got here. I'm going to be nice and quiet, and I'm going to get it to focus in for you, and I'm going to, as I say, be nice and quiet. You guys can read the comic and then we'll tie up at the end. Okay, so here we go then. Okay, and there we go. I'll quickly apologise now with the glare and having to readjust so many times. I've got a new phone and it's, yeah, the torch on it's a bit brighter than normal, but it's too dark in my room at the moment without it, so apologies for that. But there you go. This was issue 24 of the Marvel UK Transformers comic. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. Again, I'm going to keep going through them. We've got 332, and that's just generation 1 of the Marvel comics. I'm just going to keep going through them, and again, you guys can keep your commenting and hopefully liking it. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.